Welcome to Santo, Sam and Ed's Total Football.
And it is time to welcome our very good friend, comedian, Mr. Lawrence Mooney.
Manchester City, Everton.
Now this is not just a random selection of just let's have a friend of ours on, because Mooney, you have a connection to the city of Liverpool, and
yes, I do.
Which is displayed by a tattoo. Would you mind if I show? We took a photograph of it. This is
no, please.
That's a tattoo of the.
It's almost grown over.
Yeah, that's
what is that? Is that a
that's a bird?
Yeah, next time, Lawrence, you should take your shirt off when you before you get that tat done.
Well, I want to become Pope. That's why I'm wearing the hair shirt.
So that is the symbol of.
That is not the symbol of Liverpool. It's the ardent cormorant with the weed in its mouth, but it's also the symbol of Liverpool Football Club.
It is.
But I have it on my back because my parents are from Liverpool. I, like Santo, am a migrant child, and was brought here.
That's what my pickle
Well,
tells me.
He's half migrant child.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there is not. That's not the only tattoo on your back. Can we have a look at the other one that Mooney's got as well? Now, what does that signify your love for?
That's for the West Sydney Wanderers.
That's his Wanderers.
And I got that today in sympathy for the players. It's a protest.
You're a people person. So who do you barrack for?
Well, I'm an Everton supporter, and let me tell you about the significance of Manchester City. Everton, when I was 10 years old, I returned to the motherland with my father and one of my brothers, and the first game of English football that I saw was Manchester City versus Everton at Goodison Park.
Wow, beauty.
It was a 0-0 draw, and I actually...
the memories.
Is something going to happen, Dad? Is something going to happen, Dad? My real strong memory of the game was we arrived at Goodison Park. Dad had hired a green Cortina, TC Cortina.
Whoa.
And we parked in a lot near Goodison Park, and there was a bunch of scallies about my age. And as you got out the car...
Scallywags.
Scallywags.
Okay, right.
And they go up to the car, they go up to the driver with my dad and said, £1 to look after the car, mate. And so Dad gets the money out and he gives them the money. I said, why are you paying them, Dad? They're only children. And he said, because if I don't pay them, they won't be looking after the car. And seriously, these kids had set up camp with a pile of rocks beside them, going, £1 to look after the car, mate. Yes, please.
Were those scallies from South Africa? Were they?
They were Indian. They were lovely children.
Man of accents, yeah.
That's a Liverpool accent, mate. What are you talking about?
Any regrets? So you were.
I've got a lot of regrets. We're still talking football.
We've moved on to life.
So you're an Everton supporter. As the years have gone on, year after year after year, any regrets? Do you ever wished you'd barrack for Liverpool?
Well, we weren't allowed to barrack for Liverpool because, you know, when you come to the Merseyside derby, you're one or the other. Yeah. And there was, and not as strong as Celtic and Rangers, but there was a Catholic-Protestant divide. And so we're the Catholic side of the coin. But we knew a Liverpool family, and they were celebrating all through the 70s. What a purple patch that was for them. But Everton had a great time in the 80s.
Awesome.
FA Cup win, league win.
I remember the original Sabutio game. It was the... Am I the only one who knows what this is? The original Sabutio game in table soccer.
Sabutio was a dance in the 70s.
The original table soccer game, when you knock little things around with your fingers, it was the red of Liverpool versus the blue of Everton, because they were the two dominant sides of that era.
I thought Sabutio was a Boss Gag song.
Wow. It's the first time not one person knows what you're talking about. And Boss Gags is actually in the crowd.
No. Go back to last week when I mentioned Giorgio Moroder and Sparks. There was see that silence. That's an echo from last week.
Yeah,
that's what it's like. But Everton's got more history than Liverpool anyway.
Yeah, well, they're one of the 12 founding clubs of the league, and they go back a long way. And nil satis nisi optimum. Nothing will satisfy but the best, except the weekend's result.
Wow, Latin as well. But you want to bring us into the present, Sammy?
Well, Liverpool, I wanted to show you something, Lawrence, because your bona fides are undeniable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Liverpool played Leicester during the week. I want to show you this tackle by Lucas on Jamie Vardy. Lawrence, was this a free kick?
Let's have a look.
Have a look at this. Here's the
Oh,
tackle.
yeah.
That's a free kick.
Yeah, I'd say Lucas definitely makes contact with him there.
Lucky to
and
stay
that's a
with
free
him.
kick. I'm blowing that up and free kick to Vardy.
I want to show you that same incident from another angle, Lawrence, and just see if you think. But here's one with the sound up. I think that's a dive, Lawrence.
You may have been calm there, buddy.
But I reckon that his dive was so split second, I'd pay it. It's like the reflex was so good. It's like,
That's a great
Congratulations.
Well cheated. Yeah.
I wonder whether his name is Vardy with a Y or Vardi with an I. There's a bit of Italian in him, do you reckon?
Get it?
I reckon there's a bit of-
Vardy.
I wanted to show.
Let's not racially stereotype
No,
the Italians as divers and cheats.
No, we don't want to do that.
We don't need to do that.
We don't need to do that.
I wanted to
As
show.
sneaky.
Sneaky.
Industrious. Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys, all of you, a great thing that I saw from the Dortmund when they played Hoffenheim. They won 1-0. But have a look at Mats Hummels, okay? Mats Hummels, he was on the wall, okay? He decides to leave the wall and then save the ball as it's about to go in the top corner. Look at this, he leaves the wall and decides to save. That was a sure goal. That is a defensive set piece. Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen anything like it.
They sometimes, every now and again, you'll see people try, but because it ruins the offside. So sometimes we'll chip it over and I'll get it in. I've never seen it done so perfectly because Langrak, the Australian goalie, he's expecting Hummels to do it. You can see him standing there going,
so he's going.
he better not miss this, otherwise we're all going to look
So
stupid.
you say Hummels and you say Hummels.
Hummels.
Yeah, so Hummels
Mats
is
Hummels.
Hummels plays for the German national team as well. He's the captain of Dortmund.
Captain Hummels.
I'm not familiar with a lot of the German players.
Well, I
I've
wanted
got
to ask you this: is it Captain Hummels?
Yeah,
Hummels.
Yeah.
Is it just me, Lawrence, or do you think he sounds like a general from World War II?
No, that
Captain Hummels.
I've got to say, just before we do that, are there any Germans in the audience? Of course not. It's a comedy show.
Is there anyone else in the Axis that we can actually go?
It's the last bastion of racism. You can go Germans all night long. You can go them. I think Hummels was a character from Hogan's Heroes. A friend of Captain Hochstetter's.
He knew nothing.
Now, Muno, you haven't told me how you've brought something in, have you?
Yes, I have. I was amazed on the weekend at 2 hat-tricks from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
I just love the accents. And Lionel Messi. And amazing.
Lionel.
Lionel Messi.
You don't love accents that much.
I don't have to get names right.
Exactly, that's nice.
Yeah.
But, you know, what amazing players they are.
Amazing players.
Lionel Messi's hat-trick was his 3rd in 4 games.
Yeah, amazing, yeah.
Both captains of their clubs.
Cristiano Ronaldo was his 200th goal.
Yeah, and candidates for the Ballon d'Or, which I'm sure you're all familiar with.
Wow, more German.
And essentially, you know, when football purists argue about the quality of these two attacking forwards, you know, how can you separate them? And I think there's one particular way.
How's that?
And it's a very specific way.
Okay,
and that is the...
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the women they go out with.
Oh, wow!
Because you've got Antonello Roccuzzo. That's Lionel Messi's
On the left,
wife.
The shorter one.
And who is the gentleman on the right?
That is Russian supermodel Irina Shayk.
Wow.
And
who
so
are you going with?
I am giving it to Ronaldo.
Yeah,
well played.
We better. Oh, you sorry.
Oh, honey, just mate, you're here as a working comedian. What have you got any? What do you got coming up?
What would you like to plug, Moon? This is a chance we get to plug something.
Well, I have got a great gig across the summer. I'm doing Summer Breakfast on the Triple M network right across Australia with
Wow.
with Ed Cavalier.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. And you know what? And we can announce this here this morning. We had Santo Chilaro as a guest. And we're happy to say next Monday, we've got other people. So, please thank Lawrence Mooney.
This has been a production of Fox Sports.